Good afternoon, student. Today's lecture we are going to see core components of the quality. So quality is based on the customer satisfaction by acquiring the products. So before to achieve that particular quality, we need some different kinds of parameters. The first parameter is define that particular parameter of quality. Second one is the measure. Third one is the monitor. Next one is the control. Next one is the measure again. So these are the five different parameters related with the quality. So this is the part of continuous process improvement, and this is very important for to achieve that particular quality. It also includes some different kinds of views in that particular way. Some different views of qualities are there. So first one is the user view of quality, second one is the manufacturing views of quality, next one is the product view of quality, next one is the value based part of quality. So in the case of user view of quality, quality concern that extent to which a product meets the user needs and expectation. Is a product fit for to use? This is the view of highly personalized. So user point of view, what do you mean by quality? First of all, user uh, check whatever their expectations, whatever their need is actually available with respect to that product or not. If that expectation is available with respect to that product, so customer said this is quality product, right? So this is all about the personalized way of that particular user. So product is the good quality if it satisfies the large number of users. So maybe 1000 number of users are there suppose, and out of this 1000 number of users, suppose 500 number of users are satisfied with respect to that product. Yes, sometime it may be happens only 100 number of users are satisfied with respect to the quality of that particular product. So in this both cases, the product which is recommended by 500 number of users, this is the best way to examine that quality of that particular product. So it is useful to identify the product attribute which the users can consider to be the important. So the views may be related with the many subjects elements such as usability, reliability, efficiency of that particular products. So views is nothing but it is the part of perceptions of the users. What users will see in that particular product, whether user will see usability of that particular product, whether user will see reliability of that particular product, or whether user will see the efficiency of that particular product. So this is the user views with respect to the quality. Now next is manufacturing view of quality. Now in case of manufacturing view, the view which is related with the manufacturing industries such as auto and electronics industries. Now what is the key idea here? Does a product satisfy all the requirements? So whatever the requirement is given by the customer, that if that requirement is fulfilled by that particular product and which is manufactured in automobile industries, or it may be manufactured in the vehicle industries, we can say this is the manufacturing view of that particular product. So the concept of the product is right the first time. It means whatever the product we are manufacturing which is right the first time, so that the cost is reduced. So what happens, let us see the example. Suppose XYZ car is there, and suppose some problems is related with that particular car in a braking system later on. Suppose that company is selling thousands of cars in a market, and that problem maybe arises after 1 month or 2 months. So to collect all these cars again from the customer, it is the tedious process. So we need to produce such a product, or we need to produce such a manufacturing such a car which is actually right at the first time, so that our cost of that testing process is reduced. So there are various different costs are involved in that particular thing, like development cost, maintenance cost. So we can easily reduce that maintenance cost with the respect to when we develop that particular product right time at the first time. So in this way we can see the manufacturing view of that particular product. Now next is product view quality. Now in case of product view, what is the hypothesis? If the product is manufactured with good internal properties, then it will have the good external properties. This is the hypothesis. So one can explore the causal relationship between what do you mean by internal properties and what do you mean by external qualities. Let us see the example of modularity, enable the testability. So when we modify a product, right, when we modify that particular product, we will get some testability processes, so it can make easily balances between the internal and external resources of that particular product. So product view is very important, which is related with the modularity. So modification is plays an important role with respect to the testability also. Now next is value based view. Now in case of value based view, the suppose there are two different concepts, excellence and worth. Now quality measure of excellence and value is measure of worth, right? So these are the two different parameter for the value based views. First one is excellence, second one is worth. Now how to measure the excellence? Excellence is measured by using quality and value is measured by using worth. So this is the centralized idea. So how much a customer is willing to pay to for certain level of quality? So quality is meaningless if the product does not make the economical sense, and the value based views make trade off between cost and quality. So customer value and product value, these are the two different things. So value-based views make a trade-off between cost and quality. So to make the balance between cost and quality is very important while we are choosing the value-based views. Let us see the example. Suppose XYZ car is manufactured by the industry, and that car is which is cost. To maintain the balance between the costing of that particular car and quality of that particular product, this is the big challenge for every industries. So this is all about to measure the excellence and all about to measure the worth. So this is the value based product. Now next is financial aspects. Now what is the meaning of financial aspects of the quality? So quality affects all the aspects of the organization, of course. And next, quality has the dramatic cost implications of. There are basically two different type of quality cost control. First one is the prevention cost, second one is the appraisal cost. Next is quality failure cost. Now what are the costs included in failure of that particular quality? First one is the internal failure, second one is the external failure cost. So sales price is equal to, this is the standard formula for the purpose of sales price, whatever the product we are buying from the market, and their MRP is based on the cost of manufacturing plus the cost of quality plus the cost of profit. So cost of manufacturing plus the cost of quality and plus profit, all three different costs together decide the MRP of that particular product. So we can say this is the sales price. So quality control cost is related, is very important. This is basically related with the prevention cost and appraisal cost. And if the quality is failure in that particular product, some internal failures may be there, some part of external failures may be there. So this is impact on your financial aspects also. So what do you mean by prevention cost? So in case of prevention cost, cost of preparing and implementing a quality plan, this is nothing but prevention cost. Now to prevent that particular product, to prevent the different problems with respect to that product in earlier stages, this is very important, and we will require some cost for the purpose of planning, for the purpose of analysis, for the purpose of feasibility study of that particular product. This is nothing but the prevention cost. Now next part is appraisal cost. This is very important for the purpose of cost of testing, cost of evaluating, and cost of inspecting the quality. So all these three different cost is related with the appraisal cost. Now next is, and the prevention and appraisal, both cost is related with the quality control costing. Now next is internal failure cost. Now in case of internal failure cost, suppose some cost is related with the scrap, some cost is related with the rework, and some cost is related with the material losses. So material losses may be some product, some manufacturing product may be loss due to certain imbalancing between the quality. It may be a chances of rework with respect to that again manufacturing product. It may be a chances of some scrapping is possible with respect to that manufacturing product. So this is all about internal failure. So this internal failure we need to bear three different cost for the scrap, cost for the rework, cost for the material losses. Now next is external failure costs. Now external failure cost is which is related with the customer site, right? The cost of failure at customer site, it including the returns, repairs and recalls. So if that product is having certain problems, that customer is, then it may be a chances to return that particular product to the company. It may be a chances customer demand for the repairing. It may be a chances customer recall that particular product, or company can recall that particular product again. So this is included for the external failure kind of cost. So financial aspects of the qualities depend on four different parameters. First one is the prevention cost, second one is the appraisal cost, third one is the internal failure cost, and fourth one is the external failure cost. And in this way, after gone through the all different kind of cost, finally we are deciding the sales price of that particular product, which is actually based on three different parameters: cost of manufacturing, cost of quality, and profit. Now next is, what do you mean by customer, supplier and process? So for any organization, some suppliers are supplying the input which is required to that particular organization. Some of the customers who will buy that particular product, we can say this is output of that particular produced, and some suppliers are there who can supply that particular product. So suppliers and the customers may be the internal part of that particular organization, or maybe the external part of that particular organization. So external supplier maybe provide input to the organization, and external customer may receive the output to the organization. So supplier may be a consumer or customer for some organization, and external customer receive the outputs of that particular organization. So in this case we are going to see what do you mean by customer, what do you mean by supplier, what is the roles and responsibility of the supplier, and what do you mean by the different processes. So external supplier is providing the input to the organization. External customer receive the output of that particular organization. Supplier may be a customer or for the some organization, or supplier may be a external customer that receives the output of the organization. This is all about customer, supplier and process. Now there are basically two different types of customer. First one is the internal customer and second one is the external customer. Now in case of internal customers, the internal customers are the functions and projects that serve for the that supported by some other functions and projects, such as system administration may have some projects as their customer, while purchasing may have some system administration as their customer. So internal customers are the functions and projects, and the way of system administration is to provide that projects to the customer while they are purchasing that particular product, while the external customer is nothing but these are the external people in the organization that paying for the services offered by that particular organization. This is nothing but the external customer. Let us see the example of internal customer and external customer. Suppose you consider our college is providing the various services to the other different organizations for the purpose of preparing of the computers. So we can say whatever the different institution around our college, these are the external customers. Actually they are providing, they are paying for the services offered by our organization. And internal customer is nothing but our system administration part that can provide some projects, we can say, that can provide some functionality of repairing, and this is nothing but the internal customers. So within a college, those people is demanding the services of repair, this is nothing but internal customer. And outside of the college, those people is demand for the services of the repairing, this is nothing but external customer. Now next point is very important: total quality management. Now what do you mean by total quality management? So total quality management efforts to position a company for greater customer satisfaction, profitability, and competitiveness. So, take-home principles intend to view the internal and external customer as well as internal and external suppliers for each process, the projects, and their entire organization as well. So TQM is basically related with the quality parameters. So what are the different quality parameters is included in TQM process? First one is the customer satisfaction. Next one is the probability. Next one is the competitiveness. So TQM principles intended to view the internal and external kind of customers, internal external kind of suppliers for each projects and entire organization. So this is mainly related with meeting the customer requirement. What exactly the customer is required to provide that requirement to the customer is nothing but TKO. So doing the things right at the first time. We already seen what is the concept of doing the things right at the first time. This is very important because if we cannot do the thing first time right, it may be a chances of what maintenance cost. It may be a chances of again a reproduction cost, rework cost may be there, so costs of that particular product may be increased. Suppose, so it is an important that we need to focus on defect free product, so that product may be not failed. So freedom from failures, this is most important. Freedom from failures means freedom for from failure with respect to the defect. So defect free product is very important in this case. So when we providing the defect free product to the customers, so customers may be satisfied. So this is nothing but we fulfill the customer requirement. Now next is consistency. Now in case of consistency, this is nothing but reduction in variations. So we need to provide such a product consistently to the customers so that it may be a chances of variations. So customer may be demanding the different requirement in the next time, different requirement in the next time. So in this way, every time customer is demand for new and with different types of requirement. To avoid this, we need to provide the consistency to the customers. Now next is continuous improvement. Of course, this is very important parameter for the any organization or any manufacturing industry. Continuous improvement, this is mainly related with the modularization. So to make some changes in that particular product, so that may be suited for the new kind of customers, so we can get the new commercial opportunities through this process. So it plays again most important role in case of TQM process. So continuous improvement is the one of the important part. Now what are the different things included in continual TQM? That is nothing but total quality management. So first of all, focus on customer. So focused on customer is very important because TQM process is first of all it is related with the customer satisfaction, of course, customer expectations, right? So to identify and meet the customer need, this is first. And second is stay tuned to changing the needs, we can say fashion style. So whatever the customers are demanding the new changes, new upgradation, and as per the fashion is concerned, new styles, so we need to provide that requirement, we need to fulfill that particular demand. So we need to focus on the customer, this is very important in case of TQM process. Next one is continuous improvement process. So in the case of continuous improvement, we need to continuously learning and problem solving approach. So for the purpose of continuously learning and problem solving approach, we have some tools. One of the, let's say the example like Kaizen approach, Six Sigma approach. Now in case of Kaizen and Six Sigma approach, they are providing some different kinds of processes. We need to follow that particular processes. So in this way we can improve our performance. So this may be a chances of what promotions. Suppose one manager is there and that manager is looking for the purpose of higher post, and suppose that manager is gone through the Six Sigma process and he completed the different levels of Six Sigma, it may be a chances of their promotions. So continuous improvement is very important for that particular manager to get a promotion. So this is the important part. Next is plan, this study, act, right? So we need to perform the continuous improvement. What is the way to perform that particular continuous improvement, we required a proper planning, then do it, then studying it, then act it. So PDSA is the way of for the purpose of continuous improvement. Next one is benchmarking. This is again one of the important parameters for the purpose of total quality management. Now, what do you mean by benchmarking? In case of manufacturing industries, they are using this concept, the concept of benchmarking, right? So there are different kinds of benchmark is available for the purpose of manufacturing industries, like ISO standard, ISO 9000, ISO 9001. These are related with the different manufacturing processes benchmark. So benchmark is plays an important role in case of manufacturing industries. So to maintain the quality of manufacturing industries, benchmark is essential. Now next is employee empowerment. Now how to employ to make the satisfaction to the employee. So we need to empower our employees. So there are two different types of customer we already seen: internal type of customers and external type of customers. So we need to empower both type of customer, internal and external. Let us see the example. Like suppose we are just considering our college system. So what are the different internal customers are there? We can say as stakeholders is nothing but student, faculties, which is actually work with respect to the organization. What about the external resources? We can say the parents and external agencies, which is uh, plays an important role in this case. So we need to perform all the tasks on the basis of team approach. So in case of team approach, we just put the 8 to 10 number of peoples in a team which is around for that particular process, and we meet weekly to analyze to solve the problems. So if you observe, every industries can be associated with the different software engineers, and they form different teams for each and every product phases. So team is nothing but this is the combination of 8 to 10 number of peoples, maybe male females are there. So what is the uses of that particular team based approach is to analyze the different problems to solve that particular problem, so that we can easily provide the solution to that particular approach. So employee empowerment is the one of the important part of TQM process. Now next is use of quality tools. Now use of quality tools, we can say ongoing training, right? So in case of ongoing training on analysis, assessment and correctness and implementation tools, we are also going to studying the different practices at best in the classes and companies. So we need to provide some different kinds of analysis, we need to provide some assessment and corrections for the purpose of to provide the quality. So these are the different tools. Now let us see the examples of analysis. So all of you are aware that we are our college is providing the various different types of assignments to the student. So we can say somebody says slow learner, fast learner, advanced learner. So this is the way of analyzing. Now how we can analyze that particular slow, fast and advanced learner on the basis of your previous semester results. Earlier we are simply mapping the number of ATKTs, but after that we are looking for the prerequisite of the subject. Suppose if you consider XYZ subject, and which is related with two different earlier semester subject, we simply mapping that subject score, earlier subject score, and on the basis of their earlier subjects we are simply analyze that particular result, and we make the category of slow, fast and whatever learner. Next is assessment. For the purpose of assessment, we are providing some different assignment to the student in a Google Classroom. So Google Classroom is the way of assessment of that particular student. Then make the corrections, and whatever while the faculties are checking the assignments, we are providing some corrections and implementation tool. So this is all about the use of quality tools. And then next is studying practices at best in the class and companies. Of course this is the very important part. We need to study again and again, even if you all of you are aware that in the case of software industries, some people is working with the Java project, later on after 3 or 4 months they are working maybe with respect to the .NET. So study is very important. So studying practices, it make the best in the classes, similarly it make best in the company or organization. So this is all about the today's lectures. So thank you so much. Please watch this video, and if you have any doubts, please ask in comment box. Next one is I share one quiz which is related with the Google, in a Google Classroom. So all of you please visit the Google Classroom of S2Q subjects to complete that particular quiz. Thank you so much.